Premier Bank presents Today on 2. It is New Year's Day, Wednesday, January 1st.
Yes.
Seems like we've been doing this for 3 days now.
It does, doesn't it?
Welcome to our program. Welcome to 2014. Let's start with the weather forecast for today, brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. The Weather Almanac for the 1st of January in Coleman, Alabama. The average high is 52. The average low is 33. The record high in the state, 73 in 1987. The record low, 1 below zero in 1983. Sunset at 5:11 and sunrise tomorrow morning somewhere about 6:20 something. The weather forecast for today, sunny with a high of 54. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of rain, low of 38. And for tomorrow, back to work day, a slight chance of rain in the morning, otherwise sunny, a high of 42. Friday, high of 36. Saturday, 46, and Sunday, 51. This is New Year's Day. Football game.
Yes, I was about to say, are you going to bring in the new year all day long?
All night.
I'm surprised you're here.
Well, I am too. I think this is maybe the hour or two that there isn't a game.
There isn't a game,
between
okay.
last night
Good, so you're going to be okay.
and what they'll start today. Time to do our program, eat breakfast, and watch football.
Right.
Now, for non-football fans like yourself, how do you spend New Year's Day? Reading a good book?
Yes, reading a good book. Yeah.
Putting your headset on, listening to music?
Yeah.
Shopping?
Can we shop today?
Well, I don't know.
I hope so, because I'm going to try.
I've never been outside the house on New Year's Day for
There you go.
30-some years.
I'll probably get roped into sitting and watching some sort of football today. So,
Well, let's see. Let's look at our Facebook friend of the day. Who's our friend
our
for today?
Facebook friend of the day today is Cindy Smith, and she likes country music and Criminal Minds. So thank you, Cindy, for being our friend, and you'll receive a large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue.
We are going to talk football today.
Yes.
Who's our guest?
Our guest is Johnny Thornton, and he will be here to discuss all those bowl games that are coming up. So.
Oh, yeah. Johnny and I haven't talked football for a couple of weeks now, so we are going to...
Long overdue.
We're going to do that for today. We will continue with more of our New Year's Day show right after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
4 years ago, you voted for a change and sent conservatives like Mac Buttram to the Alabama House of Representatives. Thanks to conservative leaders like Mac Buttram, Coleman County has gone from record unemployment to one of the lowest in the state. New industries are locating in Alabama. Mac Buttram sponsored legislation that would ensure our workforce is prepared for the jobs of tomorrow. Conservatives like Mac Buttram have just started. The brightest days are yet to come.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. That's the projected number of job openings for trained welders this decade. That's the potential salary for welders trained the Wallace State way. With the latest robotic technology for manufacturing, who will you be? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind.
Welcome back to Today on 2. We want to show you our merchant ads for today. We don't have a quiz today, but we will have one again tomorrow. So here's our Know Your Merchant ads. starting with Auto Tech, where they do auto repair and service with electronic diagnosis of your engine and transmission and brakes. They do all vehicles, foreign and domestic.
Mullins Body Shop, you've counted on them for over 50 years for auto body repair and towing, and you can count on them today. Call Sunny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim at Mullins Body Shop.
AmeriGas is now called Coast Gas. Different name, still the same people. Stop by and check out the winter tank special. They offer 24-hour on-call service and answering service, competitive pricing.
And Brown & Company Beverages is thanking you for 2013, and they're looking forward to providing you the best beer and wine for 2014.
Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. Holly Mullins is the person to talk to. They have licensed inflatables, water slides, obstacles courses. They have just a little bit of everything.
Finders Keepers, where they have furniture, collectibles, home decor, and jewelry. It's a different store every day. Looking for a place to sell your antiques? Join our list of local vendors at Finders Keepers.
Deb's Bookstore, your hometown bookstore. Deb's closed today. She's been closed for the holidays, but she will be open again tomorrow. Browsers always welcome and books always on sale.
Night Free Insurance Agency has been providing insurance coverage for over 3 generations. They're one of the top 10 growth agencies for auto owners in the state of Alabama, and you can visit them on the web at night-freeinsurance.com.
Grand Point Pharmacy, located on Highway 31 North. They say be prepared. Don't get caught in the cold. They have a wide selection of cold remedies available at Grand Point Pharmacy.
Fitness opportunities are available at the Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center. It's the new year, so if your New Year's resolution is to lose some weight, the Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center has all the things that you will need.
Huntsville Guns and Ammo, targeting high prices. The cash price on guns right now, just 15% above wholesale. Huntsville Guns and Ammo, across from City Hall. Those are some of the merchant ads. I think we have some more to talk about as we're going to show you the merchant ads and be prepared to do a quiz again tomorrow. Here we go with more of our merchant ads. Busy Bee, home of the original breaded burger, Coleman's one and only place for German meals. The dinner hours on Friday and Saturday are from 2 until 9 o'clock, and they have German meals.
Earl's Body Shop voted Best Towing Service. David, Diane, and employees want to thank you for this honor. They are located on Highway 31, and you can visit them on the web at earlsbodyshop.com.
Beauty Fit is a fitness facility in downtown Coleman. The fee is just $50 a month. There's no long-term contract. Your membership includes a certified personal trainer.
Yates Chance Christian Bookstore. Snuggle up to winter with a good book. They have inspiration, humor, social issues, biographies, and fiction. They're located in the South Coleman Shopping Center. That's Yates Chance Christian Bookstore.
Mr. Hicks Menswear has a necktie sale. Look at the choices you have in neckties. Of course, suits and sport coats made to your measurements at Mr. Hicks Menswear.
Tires for Less is more than just tires. They offer oil changes, minor engine repairs, and shocks and brakes repairs. Come and see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less. They're on Highway 31.
The $5 lunch is available at Dairy Queen, $5 every day from 11 till 4. And by the way, that includes dessert. That's at Dairy Queen.
Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, they're now serving breakfast and offering family barbecue packs that include 1 pound of meat, 2 16-ounce sides, and 4 buns. That's at Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, located in the Berlin Quick Stop.
Cotton State Barns of Coleman, where you can buy or rent to own carports, playsets, utility trailers, and storage buildings. They're on the Highway 278, just west of the interstate. There we go with our merchant ads for today. Do we have some birthdays to talk about for today? Okay, let's see who's celebrating on January 1st.
Coleman Parks and Recreation is 35 years old today. Sarah Freeman and Jalen Walker also celebrate on this Tuesday. So happy birthday to you all, and you'll go in our drawing on Friday, where you have a possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
We will continue with more of Today on 2 right after this.
In the nation, we worry about fire-breathing monsters. and we worry about spinach. At Nationwide Insurance, we take care of the big things like protecting you, so you only have to worry about the little stuff. We put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation that doesn't sweat it.
Nationwide is on your side.
4 years ago, you voted for a change and sent conservatives like Mac Buttram to the Alabama House of Representatives. Thanks to conservative leaders like Mac Buttram, Coleman County has gone from record unemployment to one of the lowest in the state. New industries are locating in Alabama. Mac Buttram sponsored legislation that would ensure our workforce is prepared for the jobs of tomorrow. Conservatives like Mac Buttram have just started. The brightest days are yet to come.
This is Allison from Premier Bank. I want to talk to you today about the importance of dealing with a local bank. With a local bank, you will always be dealing with local people and neighbors. A community bank will have offices in your area, and loan decisions will be made locally. Come by and see us today.
Our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. The Miss Senior Coleman County pageant will be held at Wallace State Community College in the Betty Lee Paynes Theater on January the 14th at 2 p.m. And our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. If you have a billboard that you would like to send to us, please email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax it to 734-7680, or be our friend on Facebook and tell us that way. Channel 2 Coleman.
The weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. Forecast for today, sunny with a high of 54. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of rain, a low of 38. Sunny tomorrow, slight chance of rain in the morning with a high around 42.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Welcome back to Today on 2. Welcome back to Johnny Thornton. We're going to talk some football. Johnny, one thing I don't want to talk about, what an incredible year this has been in the state of Alabama, or a few years. I think everything's been said that could be said, so I just want to bypass all of that.
Okay.
Just talk about the Sugar Bowl coming up tomorrow night, Alabama and Oklahoma, the BCS championship game coming up next week. So let's start with the Sugar Bowl. What do you expect?
Well, Alabama to be the real football team, and everybody thought they would be this year after what happened in the Iron Bowl, because they have two choices, either to come out with a chip on their shoulder or still feel sorry for themselves. And I hope they come out with a chip on their shoulder and not directed at the University of Oklahoma, but directed to Bob Stoops, who makes comments about the SEC, this, that, and the other, defense is weak, and all this and all that. And he can't beat Texas. His team is inconsistent in the last several years. They always play well at times, but they always seem to find a way to lose the big game that keeps them out of the national spotlight. I mean, they're in the BCS, yes, but they're in because they're an at-large team because of Oklahoma State floundering, and Baylor winning the Big 12 Conference.
I agree with you. I think a lot depends on Alabama's attitude. But I guess I'm thinking that you've got a few key seniors, especially A.J. McCarron, who's going to lead this team to doing a good game. And I think a lot of people really all season have been expecting one super good game out of Alabama. Other than the second half with LSU, it seemed like we were always disappointed. Maybe we expect too much.
Yes, no question there, because the expectations are very high, and it's been placed on the pedestal because of the success what Saban has done, and I guess everybody thinks they're invincible, and they were. Well, they beat themselves as far as analyzing the Auburn game. Fourth quarter, lack of discipline after they got the lead. That's just my analysis of what happened in that game on Thanksgiving weekend. But come back, play to your ability, lead the season number 2 in the country, even that you could see the neighbor across the other side of the state, national champion. It still leaves a bitter taste in the mouth, but you're still a great football program. And also you have a promising future in 2014 that you're going to be up there in the top 5 when the preseason ranks come out in July.
Do you think we'll see another game like we saw with Notre Dame last year? Just total domination by Alabama?
I would love to, because I just don't really like Bob Stoops, to be honest with you. Nothing against the Oklahoma program, great tradition from Bud Wilkinson and Barry Switzer, but just Bob Stoops just got to learn to keep his mouth shut as far as antagonizing a conference that just has dominated college football, possibly for the 8th consecutive year, winning the national title. It's just, like you said earlier, Dennis, it's just the attitude of the Crimson Tide, how they want to come out, and with the senior leadership, I think they'll come out and show everybody, because it's the only game Thursday night in primetime, national television, everybody be watching and focusing on this team again to finish number 2. It's just a tremendous opportunity to redeem themselves, because this don't normally happen to Nick Saban teams, where they lose one, then come back and just don't play to their ability.
Yeah, I think we all remember the Utah game a few years ago. Nobody wants to see that happen again. Or like Florida last year, let down.
They just basically tanked it. I mean, it's ironic about how players' attitudes are in college football. Oregon players are talking about they weren't delighted about going to the Rose Bowl. Of course, they wound up going to the Alamo Bowl.
Right.
Are they excited to be in San Antonio instead of being out in Pasadena for that? But that's how they take care of the situation. You just got to go out and play week in and week out. I mean, does Ohio State feel glad to be in Miami, not in Pasadena?
Same situation. Now let's talk about the game. Auburn and Florida State. What do you expect there?
Well, no question in my mind that Auburn is a team of destiny, and I compared this. You may remember this team of destiny in another sport back 30 years ago, the North Carolina State basketball team in 1983.
Yeah.
You remember how they made that run through the ACC tournament in the NCAA and upset Mighty Houston in the national championship game. I feel that's what Auburn has done this year. They've gotten better as a team. They're really no true superstars. They play as a unit, and they take advantage of opportunities, and they just stay in the ball game. As Gus Malzahn said, if we can stay in the fourth quarter of the Alabama game, we'll find a way to win it. And lo and behold, they did. They have nothing to lose. Everything's on Florida State, but Florida State's a great football team. They were a BCS team last year with all that talent. The only thing that changed was C.J. Manuel went to the NFL, and here comes Jameis Winston from Hueytown, Alabama, who was coached by Matt Scott from Coleman for 3 years and developed into he's just a great talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very athletic, big guy, just phenomenal. And Florida State is the team that has a lot to lose. Auburn has nothing to lose because they weren't expected to be there.
Somebody mentioned to me recently, Florida State has not had a close game all year. All of their games have been blowouts. They don't know how that team will react to a close game in the fourth quarter. On the other hand, Auburn knows what it's like to have a close game in the fourth quarter, right?
Yes, the last 2 games they played have been down to the wire finishes.
Yeah, So that being said, I think you've got a little bit of an advantage for Auburn they've been there if it's a tight game.
No question. It's just, I borrow a cliche from a good friend of mine, Randy Putman, the baseball coach at Wallace, that says, you got to make plays. And that's the key to this game is for the Auburn defense to make plays, to slow down Jameis Winston enough just to force them to possibly have to settle for field goals or punt the ball away, not putting the ball into the end zone on a regular basis. And also, we don't know how good both teams are going to play because they haven't played in about a month.
Right.
And I mean, they've been practicing, but practice can get to the point of being lackadaisical unless you change up the scape of how you practice.
Do you think we'll see a game like the SEC Championship, just a really, really high-scoring game?
I think it will be because I think it benefits both teams. Neither team has tremendous defenses as far as holding a team under 3 touchdowns. I think it's going to be at least a 4-score game as far as one side's going to get 27 points probably, or 28, up to 30.
In the first quarter?
Could be. It could be.
Or at least by halftime.
By halftime, yes. It's going to be a chess match because of Johnson, the defensive coordinator for Auburn, trying to, as the game goes on, try to figure out how to manipulate and slow down Florida State's potent offense, and can the Florida State defense stop that read option offense?
Right.
Malzahn is just a genius. I mean, he's a Wile E. Coyote character of college football. Just goes out there and runs it, basically, throws it if he has to, and they haven't been stopped.
Yep. Okay, give me a couple of scores. First with the Sugar Bowl.
I'm going to take Alabama 24-17.
Okay.
I want the SEC to continue its dominance just to make everybody else mad at this conference. Let's say 33-31 Auburn over Florida State.
If that's the case, can we expect when the polls come out, the state of Alabama is 1-2?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, obviously, I mean, Alabama is set to finish second if they beat Oklahoma.
Right.
I don't see that they'd be jumped. There's no way that Ohio State's going to jump them against Clemson.
But they should jump Florida State.
Oh, Florida State should go down. I think if whoever loses this BCS championship game should drop to about maybe third, because that would be penalizing currently the number 2 team. Or it would penalize Alabama, because especially if Alabama puts on an impressive performance, if they beat Oklahoma by 3 touchdowns, then you can't take away. They're just a good football team. They just had a letdown.
So not only we're going to have the country that could be really jealous of the SEC and really jealous of the state of Alabama. Wow, what times we live in. Okay, quickly, the BCS ends this year. Playoffs start next year with 4 teams. Will it stop at 4?
I hope so, because the season is long enough. You got 12 regular season games, and then if you play conference championships, it's 13, and then your bowl game is 14, and now there'll be 15. I think that's enough games in college football. 4 teams is enough. It's just how to determine the top 4, and basically, just my opinion, it's going to be the majority of the teams probably in these playoffs will be from the power conferences. The little guys won't get in unless they do something just somehow to impress the committee. You have to be undefeated. Well, I think for the mid-major stuff like that, you had to play a pretty good non-conference schedule to have a chance. If you're playing a weakling, I mean, Northern Illinois just wouldn't have a chance, or teams like that. But it's just basically the power conferences where this is, it's a copycat version of the NCAA format for basketball. However, it's just, it's designed for, the committee wants to see the SEC, the Big 12, the Big 10, the Pac-12, and the ACC is the elite. And if they can get Notre Dame in there, they think that's meaningful.
Yeah.
Yes, no, and maybe.
Yeah. I think one of the controversies will be 2 teams from one conference being in the Final 4.
Absolutely. And the first they're going to point right down the throat is the Southeastern Conference.
Sure they are.
But the Southeastern Conference is the best conference right now. They beat up on each other, and that's why it's so difficult for any team to go through an entire season undefeated, especially when you get into conference play. It just doesn't happen. And the point about getting back a little bit to the national championship is that Auburn is not the number 1 team. Alabama won the national championship last 2 times, not being number 1 going into the game.
Right.
So the pressure's on number 1, not number 2. or number 3, as the case may be.
You want to go out on a limb and tell us who you think the 4 playoff teams will be next year?
Yeah, that'll be Alabama and Auburn.
And Auburn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michigan State.
Michigan State and
Baylor.
Baylor. Okay.
I'll throw a surprise in there for you.
Yeah, certainly are doing that. I think everybody will be looking forward to the playoffs next year. Of course, it'll have controversy, but then again, the NCAA basketball,
Oh, yeah.
they have, 68 teams, and they still argue.
Yes.
So you're always going to have that.
Well, my point is, hopefully, with this committee, that they don't direct it all at Condoleezza Rice because she's being a female, and just break her down and try to tear her apart about her choices.
Yeah.
It's all about, you got experts that's on this committee, former players and coaches, but let's all be fair about let her make her own judgment.
I don't think that they will release what each individual person, they don't on the basketball.
No,
it's just a final.
But the media will try to want to know about it. They want to tear it apart, especially with her.
Uh-huh.
They want to make it some type of a male versus female situation.
Yeah, I agree. Johnny, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
That's our program for today. Thank you for watching Today on 2.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor our loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.